All right. So first movie is Titanic.
Titanic, of course, a classic.
Yes. Titanic is a romance-less drama about, you guessed it, the Titanic
What?
sinking.
No, it's not. It's about the. I was gonna.
Yeah, you were
say
trying to
it.
make a joke. Okay, nice one.
I
Nice
don't know.
one,
I
Jack.
couldn't tell you
Nice
I
one.
couldn't tell you one other ship.
Yeah, no one else knows one.
Black Pearl.
The Olympus.
That's not a ship.
Yes, it was. It was a real ship because remember, there's the conspiracy theory about the Titanic being switched with the Olympus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
I mean, it could be because people saw the letters and stuff. I don't know. We don't know.
That'd be funny if it was. They really just.
They
But
really
what would be
choked
the-
that one.
What would be the point of that though?
It was for people said it was for insurance reasons.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It was released in 1997. It follows two separate class people as they slowly fall in love for is all ruined by the sinking of the Titanic. The movie has a runtime of 3 hours and 30 minutes, has an 89%
Wait,
on Rotten Tomatoes.
really quickly. Did you watch a 3 hour and 30 minute version?
Yeah.
Oh, mine was only 3 hours and 15 minutes. I wonder. Hopefully, I only missed some
It was probably just the ending.
present content because.
Yeah.
God.
89% on Rotten Tomatoes. When it was released, it became the highest grossing film of all time and now is third. It was directed by James Cameron, had a box office of $2.19 billion with a budget of $200 million. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet, and Billy Zane. It won 11 Oscars for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Art Direction / Set Direction, Best Costume Design, Best Sound, Best Actress, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Best Film Editing.
Wait, was the best actress in supporting role Winslet?
No.
Who then?
I don't know.
The mom?
I think it might have been the mom.
Or was
I
it?
forgot. I remember there was the name, but I didn't look up the actress.
Oh.
I was like, when I read that, I was like, who else was a supporting female actress?
They probably didn't deserve to win.
They got lucky. Best film editing, best effects sound, editing effects, best visual effects, best original song, best original dramatic score, best actress in leading role.
Oh well, first off, I hate that song so much,
Yeah.
so much. I cannot stand that song.
Best makeup and Chanel.
Jeez. There's this one shot that I like. It's like obviously like a model, but like since they can't have like little people, there's like it's like CGI people on it, but they're like so obviously Sims, like they look like Sims are like.
You're talking about the people falling off?
No, it's like the first pan out when they're on sea.
Yeah.
It's like really. I don't know. It's like the chat. It's like I think it's probably the worst looking like people effects are just like.
We open up with a group. I like the score in this movie. I thought it was really good.
I don't remember this part. Here, I'll say this here. I know, this is like this is my like kind of like job thing, but I skipped the present parts this time around.
Yeah.
I already watched them. I watched this movie like a month or two ago or whatever. So
Yeah, I like how though there's like little subtle noises for everything with the score and stuff.
I guess, but
Rose sees a picture of her, tells the scientist the story. We cut to the past, meet Jack and his four until they later on become intertwined.
yeah, they don't really. They kind of like they don't really care about the second class. They're like it's only first and third. Pretty much.
We meet more characters, see the ship, so there's some filler, some nice shots, famous on the King of the World scene. We see more of rich versus poor. We start to see Rose's rebellious side when she's smoking and stuff.
She makes that.
Yeah.
The joke. Good joke. Nice one.
Jack's drawing a random person. He sees Rose for the first time. We see Rose run upset to the edge of the ship. She wants to jump, but Jack talks her out of it. People arrive. They think Jack is raping her.
Yeah, he's smooth though. Not with the. Well, he wasn't trying to rape her, but like when he's just like.
Especially this is Leonardo.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I could, you could tell why he just pulled everyone.
And I've seen some interviews. They talk about each other. They're very good friends in real life.
Yeah.
Right.
They went on like vacation together.
They hang out like all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll gush over each other in interviews and stuff. I'm wondering if they've had a past of things that they've done together.
Nah, I couldn't imagine because it's like, unless they did it and then just like, or whatever, and like, but it's kind of weird.
With benefits.
Could be, but I think they're both married, so.
I don't think Leo is, because remember...
oh, yeah, no, he's not. He just has, like, a new girlfriend every week.
Yeah. So, I don't know if she is either. I don't know.
I think
young her is pretty good-looking, though.
She's okay. Whatever.
And then...
I've seen better.
Wow.
I've seen better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah.
We'll get to that later. The fiance yells at him... Rose sticks up for him. Jack is invited to dinner. The butler with the servant is on to him. He's like, he's like, I hate like him. Yeah.
He's the true villain of this movie.
No, I think the other dude's worse.
Wait,
actually, I don't know.
Wait, the one with the eyeliner you think is worse?
Yeah, the fiance.
Yeah, you think he's worse?
I think both.
Bro, my man's a simp.
Yeah.
He tries to kill people for him.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
the other one's just a bitch in general. Yeah.
Yeah, like why do you care so much about this guy?
The fiance gives her the heart of the ocean. We learn more about Jack's backstory. She opens up to Jack. Jack asks her if she loves the guy. She can't even answer that. Kind of sad. Which seems to happen in all the romance movies, though.
Well, yeah.
Especially in this era.
I'm pretty sure this is probably... I think this is like what started that early 2000s, like rom-com.
Like Notebook and stuff. Because this is...
Yeah.
In the Notebook, she's like engaged to a guy and then she ends up with another dude. Yeah.
It's in like every single...
Yeah.
It's in the classic. I don't know the movie, but on the Spider-Man DVD, there's this one movie that... I've seen the trailer like a million times because I've seen the DVD so much. It's like with Will Smith and then the Paul Blart... Mall cop dude, whatever his name is, and they're like, he's like, I don't know
what you're talking about.
Yeah, like trailer a million times.
Mm-hmm. I think my mom watched it recently, so I think I know what you're talking about.
And he gets like sick. I don't know, like he has like an allergy in the trailer.
Have you ever seen that one that Jack Black's in, where he's convinced not like to see people differently?
No.
So there's this one where Jack Black is he's like so picky with the girls he dates and stuff, right? I think it was Jack Black. Yeah,
that makes sense because Jack Black.
And then someone what is it called when I can't remember the word, but like they make it so that he sees girls differently now. So like the more unattractive they are, the more beautiful they look to him. So he ends up dating this girl who like is super skinny into him, but is huge. And like there's scenes where like he takes her like underwear out, and like the underwear are huge, and he's like, what the hell? And he just sees a small like skinny girl, and then when she jumps in the pool, like there's an entire like tidal wave that happens, and then Jack Black is like, what?
Well, that sounds like straight out of the early 2000s.
Yeah. So yeah, so then he shows her, they have a little back and forth. She sees his drawing, she's like, they're good. The captain is pushed to use more of the engines, which is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that one guy was just like, nah, man,
so you said you had something about this. How historically accurate are all these things that happen?
Very. He went uber sweat for this. I think all the present scenes are just to like, because he wants to like show off how much he knows. And then, if you probably noticed halfway through the movie, they hit the iceberg, like the entire back half. That's because that's accurate from the he wanted to make it from the time it hit to the time it sank. That's all like how it happened. It was like an hour and a half. So the movie, it's like an hour and a half in the movie. So yeah, it's pretty spot on, if not exactly how it would have. I mean, that's as close as you can get to having a movie filmed on the actual Titanic. So he was like
pushed to do all this. The captain was pushed to use more of the engines. Okay.
Yeah.
Jack and Rose talk about...
And the calm sea and everything too, because seas nowadays are much rougher. But back then, people described the night being like you could see the stars, and they even have that when they're out on the ocean. And they mentioned the calm seas, why they can't see. That's actually why. So,
Jack and Rose talk about hanging out more after the Titanic. Jack teaches her how to spit. The mother sees and is disgusted, which I probably would be too, if I'm gonna be honest. Jack is
it comes back later.
Yeah, that is a good point. Jack has helped him up on drama. He's trying to fit in again. He's confused about the spoons. He's getting attacked with questions. He dodges them. Then leaves, meets Rose at the clock. They go to a party with the poor. Again, rich versus poor here. Jack and Rose dance. Rose impresses Jack here a lot, like with the toe thing and like with how she's dancing and stuff.
The Michael Jackson toe thing.
The butler sees her and Jack partying. Rose is confused by her fiance. Like, this is when he gets really upset. The actor does such a good job at making us hate him here.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I know. I wanted to smack him a couple times, you know?
But you know who does a better job? The butler. I hate the butler.
Yes. Well, it's also kind of easier because we don't get any backstory.
Especially when he like sees in the club or in the like party, and he's like, I'm like, oh.
Well, it's kind of easier for us to hate him because we don't understand why he's doing it.
No no reason to like him at all. He's just like a simp for this guy. Like a simp.
We learn all Rose's money is gone. Some of the people like Jack, others don't, because he goes when he sees the dude who made the ship. He's like, hello, Mr. whatever his name was, and he's like, oh, hello, Jack. So like they obviously remember him and seem to be friendly with him. Jack sneaks in to see Rose. They don't have enough lifeboats for half the passengers. This is where we learn. And then Jack is in.
Oh yeah, and I really like that. That's one of my favorite characters. The dude who was in the Flash.
Yeah, that's the guy who liked Jack as well. Yeah.
He's the one who was like, to be honest, this is so scuffed. Like, I told him not to do any of this, man. And he just accepts his fate at the end.
I feel bad for him. Like, he literally told them, come on.
I know, he's like, because they were like, we needed to look better.
And then it's disappointing because they were totally unorganized getting everyone off because, like, they probably just didn't expect it to. They
Nowadays, nothing like this would not happen.
Yeah.
But this could be one of the reasons why stuff like this doesn't happen now. Gotta learn your lesson somehow.
Yeah. Jack is too involved with Rose to stop now. Rose goes to see Jack. We get one of the most famous scenes in cinema history, and it's the cover of the movie where he's holding her and she's like that, and then they kiss.
Do they play the song here?
I think they do.
Heart. Oh.
Jack draws her like one of his little French girls.
Why little? They don't say little in the movie.
Because the one's missing a leg, so she's littler than the others.
But they don't say that, John. You said this on Discord too. What's going on with you?
She writes a letter. Jack and Rose run. They get into a car and they do it. And I put a little smiley face with a wink. And then they run. Kiss on the dock. Titanic hits an iceberg. Jack gets arrested for the diamond. He gets trapped at the bottom. Rose decides to save him.
Smart move by them. I will admit. I'll give them that much. That was a slick,
sly.
Yeah, slick little maneuver.
So Rose decides to save him. Jack and Rose barely make it to the top. Her fiance tries to bribe people, obviously, to get onto the boat. He had his chance, but chose to go after Rose instead because he's a huge simp. Rose gets on a boat with her fiance, promising Jack has a spot in the boat. He lied. Rose gets off of the boat. The fiance tries to kill Jack for taking his girl. They get stuck underwater. Someone drops the keys. Jack ends up going under to get him. Her fiance uses a kid to get on the boat.
Oh my!
Imagine like the mom was like, "Wait right here, I'm gonna go talk to somebody," and then like to try to get onto the boat.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there crying, and then just like, "I'm mine now."
Yeah, he just like snatches her.
What do you think happened to the kid after though? Like he literally took him.
Yeah, well we don't. Yeah, because we don't see her. I mean, they probably got like onto their rescue ship, and he just like put her down and left.
Well, he was like holding her for like at the first, and then he gave him to someone else later.
Oh, then takes her back.
And then, but like, does he raise her, like, or does he just like leave her? He's like,
I think. Well,
like, as soon as he's off the boat, do you think he's like?
No, I'd assume that there's plenty of kids who probably lost their parents. Like if the moms made it on the boat, they died of like hypothermia or something.
I think we learned about the Titanic way too young in school.
Why?
Because it's like because we're at that age where it's like it just seems so unrealistic and stuff. Like it's so crazy to think this actually happened.
Yeah, it's like, plus it's like pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
They like to kind of, obviously when you're a kid, they kind of make everybody like Christopher Columbus was. I think he was a perfect dude. He found America. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I also think this would be a much better lesson later on to show that like nothing's invincible.
I guess, but maybe that's a good thing to set in kids early.
Yeah, but I mean, also like with everything they teach us in history and when we're younger, it repeats later
It's really
on.
random too.
Yeah, like.
But when you're in like elementary, everything's kind of random. It's like, well, where does this come
We've
from?
learned about the Revolutionary War like 5 times.
Yeah.
So it's like they could repeat the Titanic once.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't even in U.S. history learned. We haven't even talked about the Titanic.
Yeah.
Or past where it would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of unimportant.
Yeah. So then people are dying and committing suicide. Rose and Jack can't get to a boat. They head to the top. The boat splits in half. They end up going down. Rose ends up on something. Jack stays in the water.
A door.
Yeah, I thought it was metal door, but I couldn't remember specifically.
Which is a huge debate. They even had it on Mythbusters.
Wasn't there people who did it and they were able to do it?
Well, here's what they did on Mythbusters. They couldn't do it normally, but what they did was they took off their life jackets. Only one, because they only have one. Jack doesn't have one. And they put it on the bottom, and then when they strapped it around and it was on the bottom of the door, they could both get on it. But then James Cameron came and said it doesn't matter because it's about the story, not about if they could actually both get on. But they couldn't, unless she took it off. But like you wouldn't be thinking.
Yeah, I've seen some things though that like people were able to actually do it though.
Those were all pretty scuffed. I mean, it's the Mythbusters.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They had James Cameron on, like to help out with like dimensions and like what type of door the Titanic was. Because like I said, I mean, he knows.
James Cameron wanted to lie and say so that it was more unlikely that they can do it.
Could be, but I think they also did their own research. But yeah, I mean, he's the Titanic expert. But he doesn't like that debate too much.
Like I get it. I completely understand why he had.
It's just because there's people that are depressed. Like, why couldn't Jack live?
Yeah,
he couldn't.
It is depressing though.
But he couldn't. Doesn't make it shouldn't.
It makes sense for the story. But this also comes back to a question. I have 2 questions I always ask about life. One is with movies and one's about actual life. So with movies, it's the question of do these actors still talk after they do certain roles? And then another question I always have is how do people deal with like after their loved one, someone they're married to, or like love dies, they just move on? Like, and also my question is like,
this doesn't count though. They knew each other for 2 days.
Yeah, I know. But like it also questions here because of some one scene in the end. But so I'm just curious about like, so let's say you had a wife, she died, you end up remarrying and having kids with that new wife. What do you do if you're like? What would you do if your old wife like somehow came back to life? What do you do in that situation?
Don't care.
You don't.
That's
just so hard, isn't it? Like imagine.
I know, because it wouldn't happen.
No, I'm not saying that.
Zombie? My zombie wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would kill her.
I'm also gonna get back to something.
Because zombies are dangerous.
Okay.
Remember what happened when Morgan didn't kill his zombie wife? His son died.
Yeah, that's a good point. Boats come back to see if anyone's alive. People are dead. Now Jack's dead. Rose gets saved. Random future stuff. Turns out Rose had the diamond all along. She throws it in the ocean. Rose dies. And in the end, she's like her young self and she kisses Jack. Which brings me back to my point. She had a new husband. Why is she kissing Jack in like her like little afterlife thing?
Because she truly loves him in the end.
Exactly. That's my point. That also brings it back to that.
You can probably love multiple people. I mean,
but like it's like who do you love more? She knew him for 2 days.
Exactly.
And she married somebody else and had kids with that person.
I don't think that's the point. I think it's like
that was her true love all along.
I guess you could say so. Like obviously she loved whoever she was married to because she was married to them till she died. So, but I guess like I guess they would have worked if they would have. Jack would have survived, but so like when she goes to heaven or whatever, if you want to think of it like as her dying vision or actually like reality, and I mean I guess he was her true love. I don't know.
That just means she doesn't care about the man that she made kids with.
I guess I don't. Yeah, because it's kind of like
that goes back to my question. Like, what do you do? Like that's
like, but it's like 3 days. It's such like a
not even just like imagine if they were together for like 2 years, got married and stuff, and Jack unfortunately died. What happens then? Like,
well, you have to move on.
Yeah, but like,
especially that young. They're like 25. I mean,
if you had the chance for that person to come back, but you don't get the person you have now, what do you do? What would you do?
I don't know.
See, it's so hard for me.
But that's because it hasn't happened to me.
Yeah, I know, but like that's just the question.
Especially if you have kids, I think the obvious answer is stay with the one you have.
Yeah, my personal thing has always been like, if I had a wife for a couple years and they ended up dying, I don't know how much I would be able to move on because like it would feel like for me.
I think you would be able to.
Yeah,
I think you're stuck in the idea of what would happen right after, but
not even that. No, I just feel like that for me that just is like an unfinished chapter of my life that
time
I don't want to
heals
finish with
all wounds.
That I don't want to finish with somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay single, hey,
there's
nothing
people
wrong
who do
with that.
it.
Most?
Not most. I said there's people who do that.
Oh, there's people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is. Especially if you're like, older, like 40, 50.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really the point? Because then you just have that whole...
All right, so we're going to do something we haven't done in a while, just because there's some funny ones for this one. I didn't write them down, but I know one, and we're going to talk about one specifically that I know off the top of my head. Titanic conspiracy theories. So, the first one, obviously, is Jack is a time traveler and was there to save Rose. This is the one we're going to focus on.
Wait, so Jack was a time traveler and came back in time to save Rose.
Yeah, because there's no records of him or anything. That's the theory.
Well, first off, we know there's no records of him because he hops from place to place.
Yeah.
They literally say that in the movie. But second off, it doesn't make any sense because what was the original timeline in this situation?
I don't know.
That he was with Rose and she didn't go on the Titanic, but like what?
Or maybe maybe he just wanted to
save one random girl.
Yeah, or maybe I don't know. Maybe he just got caught up in. I don't even remember this theory specifically. I just remember seeing that Jack is a time traveler. It doesn't make sense, but that's some crazy person. It's a pretty decent amount of crazy people out there who think that.
Yeah, people are whacked, but that makes absolutely no sense.
Jack is actually the Terminator.
Wait, are you just throwing this out here now?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah, he is.
He's not that... Jack is not menacing enough to be a Terminator.
That's why he didn't actually die when he fell. He was just short-circuiting.
What? He wasn't, though. He
was.
If he was short-circuiting, there'd be like little sparks coming out from him.
That's why everyone else in the water died. Because of the electricity.
But they died of
Also, why didn't everyone just get together and try to hug each other and try to stay like at least a little bit warmer?
Oh, you know, it was so scary that when she's like pushing him, that guy's like pushing her down.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, if that happened to me, I'd probably kill that guy.
I would too.
I would use him with my feet. I'd like stand on him.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Why at this point don't they just like?
Well, I mean, their life. I don't know, man. They probably. Well, you're not thinking like. He literally says that. He says when he fell into the ice that like all he can think of was the pain. That's why like they didn't put the...
Yeah. That's also why that guy used hers.
Yeah, I just think that at that point you're only thinking about living, so that's probably why so many people like killed each other.
I think it's pretty crazy though that no one tried to get her off of that door, even though they were using her to like at the very beginning. Like
yeah, I thought I remember the door being further, like they had to swim out a little bit, but no, it's like right next to everybody.
Yeah, like I'm surprised no one was on it before them. Like he had to go swim to her, bring her to it.
Yeah,
and then also I'm surprised that no one like tried to push her off of it and get on it themselves.
Yeah. And I was like when the ship was going down. The first time I watched it, I'm like, oh wait, wouldn't that like pull him under? Because it's like going under.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, it's gonna pull us under. I'm like, I don't think they'd be able to swim out of that though. To be honest, all that like, nah, I think it'd take them all the way down.
I would be able to.
I don't even think like Michael Phelps would be able to. Like, that
I would be able to.
Amount of pressure, John, you would not.
I'm built different.
No, you're not. I beat you in so many swimming races in my pool.
No. You've never.
I think I've never.
You want to go do it right now?
I think I've never lost you.
You want to go put a hose in there and do it right now?
Oh, we can do it in the lake, John.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
We'll record this for the podcast.
We just caught back.
I won. That was the exact same time. That's scary.
Debate is over. I won.
No, I won.
No, I won.
No, I won. Jack was actually too scared to get in the lake.
Whose hair is wet?
Mine.
Your hair is dry.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's literally feel right there. It's still damp. No, you feel right there. No, you're feeling the wrong spot. It's
no,
so damp right
here.
Okay. See, look, he keeps feeling the same spot.
His hair is dry as a. I don't know.
As dry as that pussy.
Oh no! I was saying dry as a house. You know how like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they're like as something as a donut, but it's like you could use any single noun ever for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like thinking, what dry thing can I use an example of?
I gave you one.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So do you have anything else on this? Or,
No, it's really
I just think I think that the present scenes could have easily been cut, but the past is good. The pacing's actually pretty good. I was surprised the first time I watched this.
Actually, it turns out I forgot to mention this. The one dude, the fiance, ends up actually killing himself because the stock market crash.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, because this is like 1902 or something like that when this happened. So the 20s came and just.
Yeah.
But that means he got a good 20 years left.
What a fucking loser.
Imagine the stock market crashes. You're like, and that mom was. Oh man, that mom was. Everyone is annoying.
I thought you were about to say that mom was so hot. I was like,
oh,
what
God,
are you going on about?
You know who's really chill in this one too? Other than you got, Jack is chill. Rose can be kind of annoying, but she's overall pretty chill. That one dude from The Flash is chill, but also that one like
from the
country.
Office?
Oh yeah, she is in The Office, isn't she? I know her from American Horror Story. That's why. She's an American, like all the.
I'm disappointed in you,
seasons.
Jack.
Wait, is she Joe Bennett or
yeah.
Joe? Yeah. So she's chill too. She's like, her and Rose are the only good first class. Actually, I guess everyone in the first class isn't that bad. It's literally only the ones we know.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, hey yo, Jack, you cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the fiance with his eyeliner on. I wonder if he had eyeliner.
He's bald now. Or at least he went bald for something.
Have you seen John Travolta bald?
Yeah.
Oh man, it is horrifying.
Nah, it's kind of cute.
I mean, he didn't look good with hair.
But have you not seen him in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, I've seen him in Pulp Fiction.
Then are you stupid? Are you blind?
He's the ugliest person in that movie.
No.
Marcellus is better looking than him.
No.
Yeah. Even Zed. Zed is stud material.
No.
Yeah, Zed is.
No.
You like Zed. You like his practices.
No. I like it. I agree with his practices. I don't.
You partake in them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He actually asked me if you would wear something for him.
He asked you if you would ask me.
Yeah, if you would want to wear something for him.
Tell him Zed has to come. Tell Zed he has to come to me directly.
It's
for business.
I have it with me. It's full leather.
Oh. God, no. All right. I think that's it. Do you want to give the our ratings?
Yeah.
Ratings and reviews.
For enjoyment, I will say A.
I say A, and I say it would be an A+ if not for the present scenes.
Like, I understand why they kind of need to be there for some things, but it's kind of drag.
But they definitely should have been just like, there's like 2 parts in there that need to be in there, but it's like a 30-minute opening of it, and then there's like little parts in between. Those are fine, but like, yeah, I mean that opening just.
I can understand why they need to be there, but it's.
Not as much. It should be a bit condensed. Mm-hmm. There's a good chunk of fat you could cut off there. But the past is, I think, completely enjoyable.
Yeah.
It doesn't really drag for me ever in the past.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
Just every time the old woman voice comes on, I get kind of annoyed.
Yeah. Anytime it also transitions from like Kate Winslet's somewhat attractive face to the old woman, I'm kind of about to puke.
Yeah. And then in terms of rating.
I would say 95.
I was thinking 95 in my head. I am going to go with a 94 because of that song.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, that is Titanic. Okay, so that was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We hope you enjoyed. Go check out the full podcast with exclusive bits. Mm-hmm. Anywhere you listen to podcasts at Wearboard Podcast. We also have TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Wearboard Podcast. If you enjoyed this whatsoever, or if you didn't and if you did not enjoy it, don't dislike, but comment how much you hate us, and also subscribe.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes, and then, so that's, that's what
Yeah.
Let's see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.